This is Rob Crowder, the President of Barbecue. Welcome back to the Presidential Kitchen. Tonight we're going to cook something that is a dish for a gravy that goes on hamburgers that my mom made for me when I was growing up. It's called onion gravy or milk gravy. But basically what you do is you put that on your mashed potatoes, on your hamburgers after you cook them. So if you come over here, you can see this is my cast iron skillet. I've already cooked the hamburgers in it, and you can see down in the bottom all the stuff that somewhat is stuck to the pan. We want that. We do not want to get rid of that. So what we're going to do is we're going to put in 4 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to let that melt. You're probably saying to yourself, Mr. President, I don't know about all that stuff in the bottom of the pan. You're going to be amazed what happens when this butter actually starts to melt in here. And then when we actually make the gravy. The next thing we're going to do is that we're going to add a cup of sweet onions, and we're going to saute these off a little bit. Like I said, you can see that I sort of rough cut them. There's really no rhyme or reason on how I did it. If I wanted precision, I would have been a little bit more, a little bit better with the knife, but it really doesn't need to with this because it's going to break down as the gravy is making. And then you bring it back up to a boil. So typically in this stage, what I'll do is just run it in this stage for, I don't know, 4 to 5 minutes, not too long. I don't want to get them translucent. I actually just want to take some of the bite out of the onion. And you're probably saying, well, it already looks like that, Mr. President, because it's brown. No, the brown is actually coming from the hamburger remnants on the bottom of the pan. Let's give that just a second. I can just tell you, if you could smell it, you would just be amazed. It smells so good. You can already see the pan is starting to clean up already. A bad place right there, it feels like. So the next step is to actually get some all-purpose flour. Do not use the self-rising, use AP flour. What I'm going to do is get a tablespoon, and I'm going to put maybe 2, maybe just a little bit more. And what I'm going to want to do is sort of put this into the onions with the butter down in here. And the reason I'm doing it this way is because I want to take some of that flour taste off. I don't know if you've ever had a biscuit or something that's cooked and they really didn't do a great job of getting the flour taste out. It just doesn't taste right. I can already tell what I'm going to do here. You can see it's a little watery. I want it just a little bit more water, so I'm just going to put a little bit of water in there. Not a lot. But I just don't want this flour to stick and burn to the bottom of the pan. You can see it's really doing its thing now. Then what you do is you take milk and you put it in there. I don't know how much I'm putting in. I would say maybe that's 2.5 cups, I would say. And then you're going to want to start stirring. And what you want to do is make sure that there are no big chunks in here. So put your spatula on the bottom of the pan and just push down gently. You don't want to slosh it out. And just start pushing it down. And I can actually feel the bottom of the pan starting to clean itself as this thing is going to get to temperature. Now I'm going to jack it on up to a high now. I had it on medium. I'm also going to put some salt and pepper in now. You can always add more, but you can't take it out. When this comes to a boil, it is going to thicken. As you can see right now, it's very liquid. That flour is actually going to tighten up that milk, and it's going to get thick. Even if you get it too thick, just add some more milk into it. Go through the same process again of just sort of working it around and making sure it doesn't stick. And I think you guys will really like this with hamburgers. It's good on mashed potatoes, which I've already made. And again, it's a very easy thing to make. It only takes a couple of ingredients and already a dirty pan. You already have the dirty pan. This is actually going to help you clean it a little bit. We'll let that sit for a minute, see if we can get this thing boiling. And again, the key to it is, you know, just keep it moving around a little bit. It will get hot. These cast iron pans tend to get hot very fast, and when they get hot, they stay hot. I remember many times growing up, my mom and dad would sometimes go out to dinner on Saturday nights, and they would ask me and my brother what we would like for dinner. And I remember whenever I had the choice, I'd always say hamburgers and milk gravy. You can use this recipe also to make sausage gravy. I don't know how many of you really enjoy sausage gravy, but sausage gravy, what you do is you crumble up your sausage, you basically brown it. In the pan, just take the sausage out, add some flour into the grease, do the same thing I just did then put your sausage back in with either water or milk. You can use either one. And then put that on a biscuit, or maybe you just like to eat it out of a bowl, but it's very good. So I think we're getting very close here for it to boil. Might have put in too much milk, but that's okay. It'll still thicken up for us. We're having butter beans as well tonight. Already cooked those. So you can see that it's starting to boil. It's thickening up. As you can see right now, it's even getting thicker by the second here. And what we're going to do with this is I'll plate a hamburger with this, plus some mashed potatoes and some butter beans, and I'll show you what we're having for dinner tonight. But you can see it's just thickening right on up like it always does. The flour is the key to it. You want to get that flour taste out. This will have no flour taste whatsoever because I sort of cooked it off a little bit. So, okay, welcome back. We've got this all done. If you come on down here, this is the final product. We have a hamburger steak with mashed potatoes and butter beans with milk gravy or onion gravy on it. This is a great, hearty meal that you can fix, and particularly when it's cold outside. I think your family will really enjoy it. So, come on back for more videos from the President of Barbecue, Rob Crowder.